Go.
So let's start this short interview with Lieutenant Colonel Bernd Allert. The colonel comes from the Bundeswehr CBRN Defense, and he is an expert in CBRN defense training, civil-military cooperation, and international outreach. So, good morning, Colonel, and please introduce yourself and your activities.
Thank you very much. Nice to be here with you. Well, I'm working for the Bundeswehr Civil Defense Command in Germany in the section for standardization and international cooperation. And within this context, I'm responsible for translating NATO standards into German manuals on the one hand side, and on the other hand side, I'm responsible for all the cooperation with international partners, organizations, and perhaps that's also a reason why I'm here, because it's a part of international cooperation.
Yes. So let's talk about this collaboration between University of Rome Tor Vergata and a NATO expert. It's quite unusual for an Italian university to have a collaboration with a NATO expert. What do you expect from this lecture and from this collaboration?
Yeah, I believe it's an excellent approach to get first-hand information from experts or so-called experts, because then you don't have to use second-hand information. From my point of view, I would suggest to invite more experts, not only NATO, but also from other organizations, OPCW, the European Union, which are related to the content of your course. It's beneficial for both sides, I believe.
So, given the global interest in the safety and security sector due to the Syrian civil war and other international crises, what do you think about the mission of the courses to prepare specialized professionals like first responders and decision makers advisory?
Well, it depends very much on the scenario where the deployment will take place. Very often, and many of the European Union missions are not military missions, so you don't have military experts on your side. But you may have a scenario where civilian weapons also might be employed, and you need experts. You have to train them, and they have to get experience. And then the studies are a good way to get in a comprehensive way all the information and experience they need to have for the situations you have mentioned.
So let's talk about the NATO comprehensive approach to crisis management. What is it, and why is this approach important for the crisis management?
Yeah, well, NATO, most of the people who talk about NATO think NATO is a military organization, but NATO is developing, from my point of view, much more to a more political organization. And the comprehensive approach means that you involve all the capabilities and capacities, not only military ones, also civilian and political ones, so that you have a unique picture and unique decision-making process, unique procedures which are binding all stakeholders. And sometimes, and very often, civilian agencies have the same or even better capabilities than NATO has. In Germany, for instance, the German firefighter brigades are excellent trained and equipped, and very often they have the state-of-the-art equipment also to be able to deal with civilian defense issues. So that's the reason why a comprehensive approach is very useful. We should not neglect the capabilities of other organizations or stakeholders.
So, the master courses take part in the European Founding Project, CBRN Integrated Response Italy, in collaboration with Scuola Sant'Anna of Pisa and the National Fire Corps, which aims at building and testing an integrated CBRN response capability of first responders and law enforcement agency in Italy, with a view to transfer the approach to other member states. So, do you think that these international master courses can contribute to standardize the training curricula of CBRN experts and indirectly the response to CBRN events?
Well, there's only one clear answer. Well, it depends. It depends that way. that there are different legal situations in the variety of NATO and EU members. So there are sometimes constitutional restrictions and reservations, as in Germany are, to have this common approach. And the second question is, who sets the standards? Who is giving the standards? NATO is great in developing standards, not only in the military side. We have plenty of standardization agreements, but also on the civilian side on non-binding guidelines. And 28 nations mainly agreed on these guidelines. So if you use these guidelines and the NATO standardization, you will truly and surely contribute to the implementation of the standards. And I think that's a good idea.
Okay, that's perfect. Thank you very much, and see you on the next.
You're welcome. Thank you so much for being here.
Bye.
Bye.